What are the voting booths doing here?
Oh, I'll explain that on the show tomorrow. You know. Now, what's on your mind? What's the trouble?
Well, I wanted to talk to you before Nanette Fabray gets here.
Oh?
As you know, she's an outstanding comedian, Jack. And unless you're awfully careful, I'm afraid that she's going to steal the entire scene.
Bill, don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. Nobody's stealing any scenes from me. You know, when it comes to tricks, you're looking at the old master.
All right, Jack, I know, but I also know
Look,
Nanette
Bill, will you
Fabray.
stop worrying about it? If I'm not concerned, you don't have to be. Okay. Oh, that might be her now. Oh, Miss Fabray, come in.
Well, I guess I'll be running along and let you two get on with
Wait
the
a minute.
script.
No, wait a minute, Bill. Stick around. You might learn something.
Oh.
Now, sit down. Sit right over there. Oh, Miss Fabray, will you sit right here, please?
Oh, fine, thank
Right,
you.
and we'll discuss this play. Now, tell me, Miss Fabray, what do you think of the script?
Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. Benny, I think that I'm just a little scared.
Scared? Why?
Well, I'm kind of scared of you, Mr. Benny. You see, you're so talented and famous and wonderful, and, well, I think that I'm just sort of overwhelmed by it all.
Well, I can understand that. But why don't you relax and, be at ease, Miss... You don't mind my calling you Nan,
Oh, please do.
Well, Nan, look, just pretend that I'm no different than any other great artist that you've ever worked with, and call me Jack, huh? Huh?
I think so. Jack.
You'll get along fine, really. I'll just get the script and we'll start on the play.
You know, I've never worked with Mr. Benny before.
Oh, he's the old master.
Now, in this play, now remember, we're married. You see, I'm Philip and you're Penelope. You see, and this is our house. This is our living room. You see, and I'm an author and I've just finished the first chapter of my new novel. I'm all excited and I come in and tell you about it. You see, so you be tidying up the house or anything, just working around any place right here, and then I'll make my entrance. Huh?
Fine.
Don't worry about it. You ready?
Yes.
Oh, darling, I've just finished the first chapter of my new novel, Tropical Love. Isn't it wonderful?
Yes.
Now, look, Nanette. You see, you're not supposed to say anything there. You see, just stick to the script. All you have to do is nod your head. That's all. Because, you see, it's a suggestion of fulfillment, a gesture of fulfillment and happiness, and you're proud to be a part of it all. So you don't have to say anything, Just nod your... You got it? Mm-hmm. Don't worry. 5. Oh, darling, I've just finished the first chapter of my new novel, Tropical Love. Isn't it wonderful? See how much better that is?
Yes.
And, darling, Penelope, I've written the most beautiful chapter I believe I've ever written before. I want you to hear it. The silvery moonbeams in the sultry August night shone like shafts against the vivid hues of the Tahitian sky as the dancing shadows, accompanied by the beating of the native tom-toms, did a rumba around the lazy blue lagoon. That's it, honey. Doesn't it give you a thrill?
Yes, dear.
Look, here, the script just calls for yes. You see, you don't say dear at all. You see, we've already established the fact that you're very much in love with me. So adjectives are unnecessary. You understand that now?
Yes.
You'll get it. She'll get it. She'll get it, though. She's fine. Now we'll go on with the play. Oh, Penelope, darling, I'm so tired. I guess it's because of that all-night session I had last night with my literary agent. He just wouldn't let me go. Oh, now here, in this next scene...
Jack, as long as you've stopped the rehearsal a minute, would you mind if I asked you something?
No, go right ahead.
You know this telephone scene that's coming up next?
Yeah.
Well, Jack, that's just not me. I don't talk that way, and I was wondering if you'd mind if I...
Well, of course. I mean, if you're nervous about it, if it doesn't fit you, put it in your own vocabulary.
Well, in other words, you don't mind if I change a few words?
Why, certainly not. I mean, anything just so you feel at home. You know?
Thank you.
Now we'll start the scene. She's a great trooper, isn't she? Now let's see. In this next scene, oh, yes, the phone rings. Now, let's make off the phone is right over there, you see? Right in that area there. Ling-a-ling-a-ling, ling-a-ling-a-ling, ling.
Hello? Oh, Gloria, darling, how are you? Brace myself for what? My husband out with another woman? I don't believe it. If my husband was out with another woman, you can be sure that it was his mother. What?
According to the script, that was supposed to be a wrong number.
Gloria, his mother is very young looking. She happens to be a stunning blonde. What? Well, they were parked up there because she happens to live on Mulholland Drive. And Gloria, I wish next time you get your facts straight before you jump to conclusions and accuse my husband of philandering. Goodbye.
Look, Nanette.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. His mother isn't young looking. She looks old for her age, and she's 83. And not only that, she's not a stunning blonde. She's as bold as an eagle. And last night, my husband was out with his literary agent. Oh, just wait till I tell that husband of mine. Come on, Jack, that's your cue. Now get on your toes, Jack, on your toes.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I missed my place. Excuse me.
Oh, that's all right, Jack. I'm learning something.
Oh, Penelope, dear, I'm back with the last chapter.
Never mind the last chapter. What were you doing last night up on Mulholland Drive?
How do I know? Last night, Mulholland Drive wasn't even in the script.
Now, don't try to reason out. Your literary agent is a blonde.
Penelope, please.
Penelope, please. Penelope, please. Don't you, Penelope, please me, Philip Pendleton.
What?
Oh, no. I'm not going to try to say that again. 12 years. 12 long, glorious years of marriage. 12 years out the window.
I've done more talking in a public library.
Oh, my dreams of happiness. My dreams of happiness were like castles in the air. Castles that vanish like a puff of smoke. Like that.
It's light-up time.
When I think of all the years that I worked enslaved like a poor little drudge in your house. I washed your clothes, I ironed your shirts, I scrubbed your floors. Poor little drudge, I was scrubbing your floors. I sewed your clothes, I mended your socks, sewing patches in your clothes so you wouldn't be ashamed to be seen with those high society friends of yours. And I did it all for what? So that you could take some blonde up on Mulholland Drive and have the nerve to come back here and tell me it was your mother. It's Penelope. I don't care.
You changed every word in this script. Who do you think you are, anyway? Nanette, I'm terribly sorry. Nanette, I didn't mean to make you cry, really. I'm sorry.
Take your hands off me, Philip Pendleton.
Oh, you're still acting. I thought
To think that I went out and got a job working 10 hours a day to try to help make ends meet. And I did it all for what? Why did I do it? Why? Tell me why.
Well...
No, I'll tell you. Because fool that I was a fool. But now, fool that I am, I know full well what a fool I was. Stay there, Jack. Stay there. I'll answer the phone.
Grab Holt, Betty Foy Jr., Rudy
Oh,
Valley.
shut up.
No? What? All right, I'll tell him. Jack, that was Mr. Jones of the Chrysler Corporation. He wanted to be sure tomorrow that on the Shower of Stars, that you and Bill Lundigan were emphasizing the fact that the Chrysler's coming out with the newest new cars in 20 years. Also, he wanted you to particularly emphasize the torsion air ride, the new shape of motion styling of Flight Suite 57, and the total contact brakes. Also, you have to be sure to say that the new Plymouth is lower and longer with a more powerful, more economical V8 engine.
He said all that?
Oh, there's more, but I'll give you the details later. And to think that I gave up my career in the theater to marry you. Why, I might have been a great opera star. Maybe not a great opera star, but I certainly could have been just a darling musical comedy
Wait a
star.
minute, Nanette.
I could have a dance all night. I could have danced
Nanette,
all
wait a
night.
minute.
I could have
Wait a
danced
minute,
all
Nanette.
night.
Wait a minute, Nanette. Wait a minute.
Danced all night. I thought that you were my Romeo. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? been a blind fool not to see what was going on behind my back.
Wait a minute!
Wait a minute! I'll not wait one more minute in this house, Philip Pendleton. You might as well know right now, Philip, that it was never you that I loved. It was always George.
Who's George?
It was always George and me. Or is it George and I? It doesn't make any difference as long as it was the two of us. Oh, George, George, darling George, I love you madly.
He's not even in it. He's got a better part than I have.
No, don't say a word. Don't say a word, Philip. Don't even try to beg me to stay. Don't beg me to stay. I'm going to leave you, Philip. Goodbye, my darling. Think kindly of me, Philip. Goodbye. I'm going up to George. It's George that I with a lot of sequins on it and a big tiara with a lot of diamonds.
I learned quite a bit